So when you create these beautiful slides that I know you have created and you're going to create, you want to share them with people, right? Usually your kids, it could be other audiences, but let's just for this demo purpose, let's just say it's your kids. So on this slide number 20, I've highlighted like how to do it, and then we're going to walk through how to do it with this demo slide link. And Vicki, I think I have the link in the notes. If you could pop it in the chat in a second. But also like why you'd want to share your slides. So number one, if you're a visual learner like myself, and I'm sure like many of your kids are, it's nice to have like a guide to follow along with, right? And something that you can refer back to. And so sharing your slides, sharing the resources with your kids is great practice. Another reason is we all like to review information, right? We like to go back and watch information again and read information again. And by sharing your slides, even if it's your lesson slides with your kids, they have the opportunity to go back and view that information again, hear your voice, whatever you've included in the slides, so that they can have repeated information so that they can learn, they can absorb it better. So no matter what you're doing, whether you have your kids in person or if we have to, pivot to remote again, or if we have to do some sort of hybrid situation, I encourage you to share whatever resources you create with your kids so that they have access to it, appropriate access based on whatever you want them to have. That's what we're going to do next. And so they can refer back to it so that they can absorb and understand better. So you definitely want to invite your kids. That's my biggest point here. I said it 4 times. So you definitely want to invite your kids, but like how they have access to it and what they have access to might look a little different. So right now I've shared, well, let me just check this. Right now I've shared, I shared this file with you, and I just want y'all to view it because we're just going to break some things down really quick. So right now you should all, and let me know if this is incorrect because I'll fix it, but you should all be able to see everything that I see. You should be able to see all the slides on the side. You should be able to click through everything. If there was anything on the slides, which I don't think there is, you should be able to click on stuff, but you shouldn't be able to edit anything. And that's because y'all are in view only mode. I'm going to just show you this slide and then I'm going to talk to you about what and why and how. So view only mode is great for like this purpose. You want your kids to see stuff, but you don't want them to touch it. You don't want them to do anything with it. By default, when you create anything in Google, it's private. So if you just make something from scratch and then you share it with your kids, like you like email it to them or you just send them a link and like we just did, they wouldn't be able to access it because it's private. However, you can give them view only access, and that's where this little share button is, this little yellow thing up here at the top. This is where you can adjust and edit, and I'm going to do that right now. So when you come over here and you click on share, well, there's a bunch of things to look at, but this is just asking you who and what you want to share. So number 1, the first part breaks it down. It says who's the owner. If you want to share it with anyone else specifically, like if you want to share it with a specific colleague or a group of colleagues, you can go in here and you can type their names in. I'm not going to because I don't know what names are going to pop up here. I'm not familiar with your domain, but you can click in this box right here and start typing people's name in. I could probably put presenter, and then the other thing you can do at the bottom here is you can adjust what views these people have. So right now, anyone in the Russell County Public Schools can view the link. That's how I have it set. That was the first thing I did after it was private. However, I can change it by going to this little change button right here. And then I have some more stuff to work with. So as soon as I do that, it's going to pop up to what you currently have it set to. So like I just said, I have it set to all people in Russell County Public Schools can view. This is a copy link to copy. So I could just copy and send it. I could put that like in an email or something and people would get view only access to it. However, if you want people to now be able to just comment, which you're all going to have the opportunity to do, you go over to this little drop down menu next to viewer and go over to commenter. So now everyone that in that same group, because that's what I want to stick with, this could be your student group, this could be anyone in your district, anyone in that group can now comment. Well, in a second. So when I go to done, you all, after you refresh, well, it depends. You might have comment access to it, or you might just have to go up here to your little circle refresh arrow right here and refresh it, then you should be able to comment. So if you, I just saw a bunch of you refresh because I saw the little blurb happen. So when you refresh, what you can do, and I encourage you all to do this because this is where we're at. Please feel free to practice the comment tool. And this is what you can do with your kids. So comment tool can work like this. You can highlight a whole entire slide like I'm doing here, or you can go to one specific set of text or word and highlight it, and then go up here to this little comment history, this little comment tool, and I can add some sort of comment. You should all right now have the opportunity, have the chance to be able to do that. And I can see when you're doing that, and you can do anything you want. You can comment anywhere you want, and any slide you want to. I can see that there's comments because when I look over on my little view here on the side, I can see that there's one right here, and I can go over here and specifically see what the comment was. I'm going to refresh as you're all practicing to make sure I don't miss anyone. But I just want to give you the opportunity to see what the share differences are and how you can then go through and make a comment. So if you're doing that right now and you're making a comment, please go ahead and finish it. And then I'm going to give you all edit access because that's also something that you can give your students. All right, thank you, Alicia. And the other cool thing is I hope Alicia doesn't mind, you can click on the person's name up here. So I see that Alicia just did something. I can click on her name and I can see exactly what she did. It should pop me over to her recent information. Thank you, Bridget. Awesome. I can see someone made a comment over here because there's a little onesie. Okay, Janine, what do I do with this slide? I'll show you in a second. So these are some of the features that you can start breaking down. So 1, the file is private to you. 2, you give people view-only access. 3, you might want to give people comment-only access. And then here's the part where, that's why I put this little scary face. Sometimes you might want all your kids to be inside of a slide at once. This is definitely going to involve classroom management, definitely going to involve some digital organization and behavior management. But overall, if it's just something you want the kids to engage in, I think that would be a pretty good time to do it during a low-stakes activity. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to the share button and give you all edit access, just like I did for the comment feature. So I'm going back to share. I still want to share it with the same folks. So I'm going to go, you'll probably see all these little blue buttons pop up. That's just Google like reminding you of all the features that you may not know about. So read them if you want to, but I don't need to right now. So here I am. Okay. I'm still the owner. I still want to share with y'all. However, I want to change what access you have. So I'm going to go over here to the drop down. So instead of commenters, I'm going to make y'all editors. And this is where I know that teachers have all the fields, but I don't have fields. I trust you all. So I'm going to go to done. And when I do that, y'all can give a refresh. I see some of you blinking, refreshing yourself right now. Now it's cool because I can see like where people are. So I can see Vanessa right here. Cool, play Vanessa. You can do anything you need to do. I can see where people are if they start clicking in the slides. Don't be shy. Click anywhere you want. You can grab a slide down here. This is why I have these blank slides down here. You can grab a slide and start playing and editing. I invite you to do that. And it's cool because you can see your kids. And what else you can do, if everyone wants to pause really quick, I want to show you this on the screen. You can see exactly where your kids are by scrolling, right? Like I can see all your beautiful faces and your little icons right here and where you're at and what you're doing. You can also go to the different layout, which is I forgot what it's called specifically, but you can go to, grid view. You can go to grid view and now I can see everything right in front of me right here. So I can see all the little folks popping up on the slides, doing their thing, working so hard. This is a great way to like show your kids like, I trust you all. However, if you do something silly, know that I can see what you're doing and whatever. Someone's changing the theme. Beautiful, brilliant, love it. So I'm going to go back to the other view over here. And I want to show you one more feature of if you're having all the feels about sharing things with your kids. Um, one thing you could do is you can name this, like put the students' names. So you can make a whole bunch of slides, put the kid's name on it, and then you'll be like, Janine, you go to this slide number 6. Your name's literally right here. And then Janine would know that she needs to go to that slide, and then you should only see her working on that slide, right? And then you could do the same thing for all the kids just by copying and pasting the slide and duplicating the slide. Alternately, you could put like a number, like you could, if you have classroom numbers, like literally like, I don't know, for lunch numbers or whatever in the class, you have student numbers, you can do that too. And then you can just say, okay, now Janine, you have number 4, because that's where you are in the alphabet with last names or whatever. And that's how you can kind of like have some classroom management and have some structure for how you're doing this, instead of just letting your kids go wild and choose whatever they want for a slide. So kind of baby steps. If you have like little learners and they need some visual cues from some visual representation, or if you have kids who just need all that visual representation, you can change the background color of the slide. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick by going to new slide, blank, and now everybody pause on what they're doing, please and thank you. Let's go to background, and then this is where you could change the color. So well, not that red's going to look good, maybe a light red. So, all the kids in this group, you're all going to be on a red tile. So go choose a red slide, and then they would know to look for the red because they can't read or have trouble reading or just need a visual representation. So those are some classroom management ideas for how to make this work when all the kids are in a slide deck at once and they can all edit. The last piece I want to show you, because I'm panicking, we're running out of time a little bit, is I want to show you the like what if a kid did something naughty? That would never happen. You can you can monitor them because you can see where they're at up here and what they've done. But if it happens so fast, like things do, because they're wicked fast, you go to, on any Google file, version history, see version history, and on the side here, it will pull up, as long as they're logged in with their Google accounts, it will pull up everything that everyone's done. It will assign them a color, and you can see what they've done, when they've done it. So right here, this is Shauna. Don't mean to call you out Shauna, but this is your color. In the orange here, you've edited some stuff. Awesome job. And you can, not just when they're naughty, you can say like, hey, look at all this work you've accomplished. Look at everything you've done, Bridget. So you can kind of like celebrate kids here with version history too. Or you can say, hey, look what you've done. Let's go back and fix it because you shouldn't have done that on everybody's slide. So that's called version history under file. And you can always revert back to, by the way, if someone did something that you didn't want them to do, you can always revert back to, you're not gonna like this, the original version. So like before y'all did anything, this is what it looked like. Well, actually, this is what it looked like this morning. Nope. Yeah, let's go back to that view. And it kind of like erases everything that everyone's done if you want to do that, but you could do that and go to restore version. And don't be mad at me, but everything's back to the way it was, to the original version. So can't break anything. Kids can't really break anything as long as you know the tools to get back to the original stuff.